Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about me. I am 52 years old, and I just sold everything I own to become a digital nomad, full-time digital nomad. And I'm going to go exploring, and I'm hoping that maybe you'll join me. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about me and how I got to this place in my life. I've always wanted to travel, but I grew up in a small town in Indiana, and there really wasn't a lot of opportunity for that. When I got married, my ex-husband really liked to stay in our small town, which is great, but liked to stay in our small town and not really travel much. So I didn't really, it all kind of got put on hold while I was raising my family. Then in 2017, my mom passed away at age 66, and it really made me stop and think, what do I want to do with my life, and how much time do I have, and do I really have time to just wait and wait and wait for someone to go with me to travel or whatever the case may be. So the next year after she passed away, I decided I was going to go to Paris. I've always loved Paris. I've never been there before, but I always loved it, and was kind of fascinated with French culture and France in general. So I took my first solo trip. I can't remember how old I was now, 45, I think, when I did it. And it was amazing. I mean, the first night I cried in my Airbnb, I will admit. But I had such an amazing time, and really it gave me the confidence I needed to know that I can do anything I want to do. And up until then, I had kind of played it safe and really not done a lot in my life. So I decided after my youngest daughter graduated high school that I was going to move to New York City. I was divorced by this time too. And so I moved to New York City and stayed there for about a year. Absolutely loved it, but really knew that I wanted to travel. So I started traveling around the United States first. And I was out in California, and COVID hit. And once that happened, I just stayed put, because what else was I going to do, right? But I fell in love with Southern California. So I worked really hard to try to find a place in Malibu on the beach, and I got there. I was working a lot, but I was on the beach every day, and it was amazing. And then in 2022, my youngest daughter called me and said, let's take a trip to Italy. And I was, of course, game. I said, okay, great. So we went to Italy for 2 weeks. It was amazing. And I got home and I looked around and I thought, I can't live like this anymore. And what I mean by that is I realized that I once again was giving up my dreams of travel to stay in Malibu and be safe and all of that. So I decided then and there that I was going to give up my apartment, and one of my great friends let me stay with her, and I just rented a room from her, and I would travel for about half the year and then stay in Southern California for half the year. And I did that for the last 2 years. And then I decided I really, really wanted to take the leap and become a digital nomad and just sell all of it and just explore. I'm not going to do this forever, but it's something I've always wanted to do. So the reason I'm telling you all of this is I really would love for people to come along with my journey. I hope that it inspires you to just go do whatever it is you want to do, because we deserve it. We are allowed to live an amazing life. We don't have to live the norm of our culture and what everybody else thinks is right. I'm sure there's plenty of people that think I'm crazy, but I'm having a blast. It's been awesome. So I would love it if you'd follow along in my journey and interact with me and keep me company while I travel the world. And I'll talk to you soon.